Gabby the game night, Gabby the game night, Gabby the game night, yay.
Hey, it's Gabby the Game Night here, and I'm back playing small things like Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations, Madden Base, and it's February 9th, 11:15 a.m., District Court, Finn, Lobby number 1.
Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth?
You did change the microphone settings, didn't you?
Yes, yes.
I just want to be sure before we get
Yes.
to... You can edit that part if you want to, but...
Nah.
Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not really sure what to say.
Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are two things which I need to ask you before we reconvene.
Alright, I'll help you any way I can.
First, about that night, you really didn't go to the inner temple, correct? The last witness claimed to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying.
Mr. Edgeworth, it is just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple.
Very well. The second thing, then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile?
Hold on, I'm getting a text. Oh, there it is again. There's only one key for the snowmobile.
My friend telling me goodnight. Oh, that's a cat.
The only person who could have used it was me.
So it was you. But why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge?
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth.
You have to tell me, or you're going to get arrested.
I had to meet my twin sister.
Iris.
I can't tell you about that yet.
Yet?
Not until her safety is confirmed.
Whose safety? Her?
The safety of the Acolyte.
The Acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya.
I thought she was talking about Farouk. Damn!
Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Dunin?
No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life. That's what my sister does.
As I thought, no psycholocks. It's psyche-locks, you dumb. Very well, I'm pleased at psyche-locks. Is my job to get the truth, not my truth to get the job.
It is my truth to get the job done.
You'll discover this for
What is your
yourself soon
truth?
enough.
I'm pretty sure it's Psyche Locks. That's what we've been saying the whole time.
February 9th, 11:36 a.m. Just could fit.
By the way, if it turns out she has a twin sister, that's just my own speculation. I haven't read anything about it.
By the way, fun fact, this guy is the younger brother of the other judge.
So the other judge is Canadian? Guess you better change up that accent, eh?
Also, just so you know, Franziska literally called Edgeworth a little brother at one point in the games.
I thought he was older than her.
He is.
Okay.
So, I'm just saying. For comments made last time.
I still think they'd be a cool ship.
I disagree.
I don't put Phoenix and Edgeworth together. They're like Vegeta and Goku to me, and I don't put Vegeta and Goku
they're
together.
very much a sibling relationship. Franziska and Edgeworth.
Well, we don't see that much of their relationship, to be fair.
Well, yeah, they're like sibling rivals.
And you could pick on your friend by calling him little bro, like, hey, I got one up on you,
yeah.
and still not feel sisterly toward them. And guess what? Even if at some point in your life you feel brotherly or sisterly toward a friend, those feelings could change throughout your life too. I'm not talking to somebody who's literally your brother or sister. So anyway, court will now reconvene. Ms. Von Garmo, where's the witness, eh?
During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery.
Suspicious behavior?
He was sketching something, very intensely.
There he is, what the witness was sketching when he was detained?
He drew a terrifying woman, armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip.
That's absolutely hilarious.
I can only presume that his intention was to capture you.
Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court.
I'm doing too much French with her, what the hell? I'm not saying it's a good French accent. Hold on.
Loris to them, I hope you're ready, get in here!
It would seem that Rip is going to see plenty more use today.
See, he's got plans for after court.
What? No. No. Stop.
Ah!
Your sketch is in contempt of this court.
Hey! I was just artistically right now!
You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct?
Look! I'm nothing but a fledgling artist training out in the mountains! I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint! Well,
To use the technical term for the color, viridian.
Larry, this isn't an art store, now is it?
I know! I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it? Working in the fields?
I presume he wanted to say field work, I hope.
Should have been a little more of a pause.
Yeah, shut up.
That's it! Thanks, buddy!
It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence.
I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So see, I've got nothing to do with this child at all. I expect all of your faces to be red when you realize this mistake. Bright red. Okay, if you don't want Edgeworth and Francisca, how about Larry and Francisca? She could keep them in line. Or to use the technical term, Crimson Lake.
I mean, it's not as bad, but Sun ain't odd shit.
Ouch! Ow! I never thought of it until now. I never saw them together until now. Stop your pathetic babbling and testify like a man. Refrain from whipping me, Miss Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Witness? That was all your fault. Testify now! This is too much for me! I was at the lodge out in the mountains looking up at the stars that night. I walked to a bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Aren't I edgy?
Edge.
Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. I'm just a nobody, nothing but a small, worthless man, aren't I? And why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation, or anything else? Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex.
Real. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people.
Yeah, that's right, I'm behind everything, every case. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you eternally unhappy. Well then, let us proceed with the cross-examination. No touching, thank you. We can delve into other details at a later time.
Hold it.
I swear Ezra's voice has changed even in the hold it's. It sounds different than last time. Whatever's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth?
This one single statement is so full of contradictions. For a moment there I thought I was going to collapse.
So, witness, any idea as to where these contradictions in your testimony lie? Depending on your answer, I may stay and whip. Okay, give me a minute. Well, it was snowing that night, so I couldn't possibly have seen the stars. That rundown shack is hardly a lodge, is it? And even if the stars could be seen, it isn't like I was there to look at them, right? See, you can do it if you try. Ouch! There's only one issue here. What you saw at Dusky Bridge?
A number of times? How many?
Maybe 5 times? I went once every 20 minutes.
Which means you spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night.
You bet. Real love is about waiting with your heart in your hands. Love, you see?
It was this man's intention to summon the defendant to the small shack, using this blackmail.
He wanted to make it a love shack, but blackmail? No, that was simply a product of overflowing love. You huffy puffy loosey goosey excuse for a whimpering whining wuss of a witness. So, what did you see? I hope for your sake you saw a snowmobile. You huffy puffy loosey goosey excuse for a whimpering witness of a witness, eh? Well, you see.
Being called those names doesn't seem to bother him at all.
See, he like a dominant woman like Francisca. That's you, bro.
Larry, you really didn't see it?
Hey, you don't need to hit your desk. I can hear you. I didn't see it. I didn't see a snowmobile.
Larry, say snowmobile for me, please.
Snowmobile.
If you truly have nothing to hide, then why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest?
Just shut up. What is this? I don't know. Don't ask me.
Seems that I'll need to start for more obvious contradiction. I'm going to strike the blow that will finally get him to spill the beans.
I don't even have any beans, Edgy. What are you talking about?
You didn't meet anyone.
That's right, because I've got nothing to do with this. And I'm just here to buy some Viridian paint, okay? Come on, I expect to see those Crimson Lake faces. Ow! It would appear that simply pressing him isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth.
Indeed. It seems he's going to claim that he has nothing to do with this till the end. I don't want this guy to cost us any more time. I need to slice those obvious contradictions and keep things moving along. Alright, snowmobile bridge that night. I'm a fool. Okay, maybe I should think more. Also morning I'm tired, so if I think poorly, that's why. Alright, can we prove that I saw a snowmobile? I guess not. Can this cat get off of me? She was clawing me. How could we prove that he saw
Gabby the game nut hates cats.
That's not true. She was clawing me.
I was gonna say something, but I'll just let it go. It was funny though.
What you thinking? Didn't see a snowmobile? I just took you off of me.
See, told you. They don't like cats.
No, I like cats. And you press them again. I fucking want fucking shit. Fuck.
Did you meet anyone?
I hate life.
I want to do a reverse episode where I do your voices and you do my voices. Doesn't necessarily have to be during this case, but we should do one.
No! Can we prove that he saw someone at the bridge? I mean, he saw Phoenix at the bridge, but I'm not sure if that,
I mean, it proves he's lying, but I don't know that it helps.
yeah. Like, everyone looking dead for it, except for these two. And I guess her. I don't know.
Feels weird that we have this other chair here, like there's supposed to be somebody here. I just left the chair here for one of our dead friends. So their spirit can come hang out on the show.
Yeah, I figured out what I don't know, I feel like.
You don't feel like trying.
Oh, I'm too tired to think. Is it Phoenix? Yeah, okay. Louis Butts, I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic and you cause all sorts of trouble.
I'm sorry!
But, having realized just how much of a nuisance you've been, that could be considered a step in the right direction.
Edgy, are you trying to console me? It certainly doesn't sound that way to me.
However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create.
You're totally pinning this on me!
As with a no, that'd be a weird ship.
No,
Now,
I don't
let's
see that at
talk
all.
about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts.
That's right, me, in the flesh. Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. The reality will not change. What? What do you want me to do then?
Larry, what you need to change is your inner self, but for now, what you saw that night, testifying truthfully about this one issue is all I need from you.
Edgy, I think I finally woken up. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping, but anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well. I'll ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder?
Best ship, Edgeworth, Phoenix, and Larry.
No, let me tell you one reason that I don't ship Phoenix and Edgeworth is because I see that there's a strong bond between them, and it gets stronger as the games go throughout, and I really appreciate the idea of a really strong love between friends. It doesn't have to have anything romantic or sexual attached to it. I really like that in stories. I mean, I like romantic and sexual relationships too, but the idea of friends just who really love each other, but they're just friends, I have a real respect for that sort of relationship, so I like to see that between them. And I mean, I already kind of associated Phoenix with Maya before things really got hot and heavy between he and Edgeworth, and just Francisco was left over. I don't want Edgy to be alone, and Larry's just too fucking.
Francisco.
And Larry just doesn't work with it. Well, he could find somebody else. Have we seen anybody else really? Because
there's more people in Larry games.
yeah, I mean, there's plenty of people in this world we don't even see, so we don't know what he was doing while he was out of the
I
country.
saw Francisco and Adrian Andrews. That's a ship in the fan base.
You just can't have a fucking heterosexual ship, can you?
That's not true.
It just seems like you're biased against any
That's
sort of
not
fucking
true.
heterosexual relationship.
I just can't think of any Ace Attorney.
Anyway. But I saw part 2. I went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been about 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. I looked out the window, and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. Someone's tickling my arm over here, but I don't see anything. Sorry. That's when I ran into Nick. Well, I was holding my arm up by the shelf, and... You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you? So, what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire? It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. It totally burnt out. Like, almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains was what caused Nick to fall. Well, what did you say?
Oh, don't worry, it's nothing life-threatening. He just caught a cold.
I never know with that man if he should be called lucky or unlucky. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please. Okay, now the new ship. Everybody in fucking Phoenix.
Everybody in Phoenix?
Yeah, just Phoenix has a whole fucking harem.
Yes, individual.
Now, maybe not the judges, but pretty much everybody else.
It's not Paul.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
You just took it. I mean, damn.
I was just clarifying.
I appreciate it on one degree, but another thing, why did it even have to enter your mind? I thought that was obvious without being said.
I mean, yeah, but I just want to make it clear for everyone.
But the ghost of Mia is included, right?
Yes, obviously.
Okay. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination. Although I never felt any real spark between Phoenix and Mia. Just that's more of like a mentor-mentee relationship. I never felt like there was a romantic.
Yeah.
I mean, then again, she wasn't around for
I don't know anyone really for a romantic relationship with Phoenix.
To be fair, she wasn't really around that long either. I went to the shack at around... Okay. I was supposed... Oh, well, fine. I'm going to get a sandwich.
What did you do out there in the cold for an hour and a half?
Well, if you really must know, I was busy being excited, I guess.
Excited?
Excited? Dare I even ask? He looks interested. I set the meeting time at 10 p.m., right? But I couldn't wait, and I thought she might come early, too. Sorry. I didn't mean to put the emphasis there.
What?
I didn't plan this out. I just saw the text and read it.
It appears she didn't come at all in the end.
Because they never arranged to meet in the first place, did they?
Oh, Francesca
She didn't say anything.
Joke.
I know. Shut up! Don't go picking my fond memories apart! Anyway, I was getting a little worried. I thought maybe Iris had lost her way. So every 20 minutes or so, I went out to the bridge. But I didn't see anything pretty suspicious. Let me just clarify, too, though. Even though I respect the platonic relationship between friends where they love each other, I'm totally fine with friends fucking, too. So I'm good either way. I'm just saying I can respect that kind of relationship where you really love your friend, but it's just the love of friends.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to read that. I was too busy clarifying.
That wasn't fun.
This light was, of course. Dude, let's play some more chess after this. That was
Maybe.
such an epic game.
It was fun.
Lightning, like kapow! Like a slap from Naomi, honestly. A big bada boom. Or a little like that. Wow, your accent is really strange. It seems to vary depending on the time. Like, are you German, French? What are you?
Franziska von Karma.
That's more like a punch from Miranda. Witness, did you actually see the lightning hit the bridge? Well, I mean, I even do her dad as like British, so it's kind of strange that I didn't just do her British too.
Did you do that British?
He was like grown up Hop, remember? He was like old Hop. He was like old man Hop.
Oh yeah, I guess that's technically British.
Well, yeah, something. Hi, I'm Hop. Nice to see you, Gabby.
Debatably British.
Well, I was a bit... well, I mean, all my accents are debatably what they're intended to be. Well, I was a bit startled by the flash of light, so...
Hold it.
Seeing
that, what did you do? Two Edwards.
What do you think? I was burning up as well, from the fire in my heart. And that's why you want to take a look at the bridge? Well, to be honest, it was freezing cold, so at first I thought, forget it, I'm not leaving my covers. But it had pretty much stopped snowing, so I don't know, I changed my mind. Yeah, Francisca's the one accent I really regret. Not sure I care for the forget it attitude you had at first, Witness.
You said right away, but exactly how long after the strike was that?
The lightning fell, and then the bridge caught on fire. Maybe around 5 minutes? I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out. How far is this small shack in the front of... or from where you were in the... you know, never mind, it doesn't even matter. Hold on, well, it pretty much stopped snowing. I guess about a 5-minute walk.
And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there?
Like I had recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids make during school camping trips can compare.
Well, should I press him for a little more? Obviously.
I wonder why the developers chose to take Phoenix completely out of this game. At least the courtroom part of it.
Larry, let me ask you one thing.
What is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face?
Why didn't you call anyone?
Huh? What do you mean?
Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There's a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct?
Well, of course I thought of doing that. So then, let's hear why you didn't. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay. A reason. My reason. It isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone. I just didn't have time to, okay?
Let's ask you the other question now. So you suddenly thought to check out the bridge. Does this mean that you initially had no intention of doing so?
Well, yeah, I guess it does. It was really cold. I didn't really want to go out there.
If that's the case, why did you change your mind? I would like to hear your reasoning.
In which case, please give testimony to that effect, witness. My reasoning? Oh, okay. Reasoning, is it?
So you decided to go and see what was happening?
That's right. We're talking about a massive suspension bridge burning to high heaven. That's not something you see every day. A real specule... like, really special?
Can we really trust a witness who is unable to pronounce spectacle?
Life seems to love hitting this poor witness below the belt. Well, my motto is to hit life back as hard as I can. I'll give you a few hits too if you'd like, with my whip.
You told me about the burning bridge yesterday, but there's still something that doesn't quite fit. It looks like, despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth. Can't now put the weather up. 10:45. Oh, you silly. Silly, it's 10:45, not 10:30. Okay, I doubt it's that because... but sometimes the game is like that, so I'm just going to check. considering this is an estimate. Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. I don't want to be caught by it being stupid. That doesn't really tell me anything. That doesn't really give me anything more.
I could see Francisca and Aaron Andrews together now that you mention it.
Yeah.
I do remember they had a little bit of a bond.
Yeah. That's why it's a popular ship in the fandom.
I'm fine with that.
I don't fucking know what I'm doing. What the?
There was a part of me that could see Edgeworth and Larry together too. I know Larry would always get on his nerves, but that's kind of cute in a couple sometimes. It was when one partner's really serious and the other one's silly.
It's like, I can very vaguely see it, but it's an odd ship choice, definitely.
Yeah, but sometimes an odd couple can be cute.
Do you see anything here?
I'm sorry, I hadn't even been paying attention. Sometimes when I just have to read all the dialogue and think about the voices, I'm not really paying attention to what I'm saying. At least not beyond that one statement.
Tender,
Okay.
lightning, dusty bridges on fire. Went to check it out. Never thought I'd get a chance to sound so big time.
What's the weather report?
It says 10.5, but he said about 10:30. I've already tried putting that though.
There, fire starting and going out. Okay. Can I see it? Can I see the dialogue? Just all my dialogue again. I went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been about 10:30 p.m. This light flash almost blinded me. Looked out the window and dusty bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. I could have narrated something. I mean, could he see the bridge from his shack?
Probably.
I'm not sure. Nothing jumps out to me if the time and the weather is all kosher.
I'm confused.
You mean about what we're doing?
Yes. Nothing. This book is nothing. Take
You have pressed everything, right?
Yeah. We press things. That sometimes changes things.
I since you just skipped through all that, it was nothing new.
I don't think it was. Yeah.
Didn't she?
And I pressed numbers.
There were 3 choices there. Did you do all 3 of them?
Yep. And this, I pressed that.
And did that? Okay. I don't know. I didn't even see what the choices were, so.
I did all 3 of the choices.
Okay, I'm not saying you didn't. I'm just trying to offer my help. Ow.
I mean, all I've really got on the weather is the weather report, but I don't really have much to go on that.
What about the weather report?
Oh. The last thing changes depending on which option I pick.
Okay.
It says next open less than a minute later. Need some filter. Why am I reading this? I
don't know.
I got distracted.
I did see something about how the fire was about out. That doesn't seem quite right.
Yeah. Freaking. I mean, that isn't in this specific thing. That's only in the press thing. But going about the fire is about out. The weather report.
The weather report said it lasted like 30 minutes.
Okay. Your very existence being a contradiction. I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not.
What the heck, Edgy? You make me sound like some sort of alien!
But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time.
The magazine? I've never been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at those.
This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge, and immediately went to see what happened. Is this correct?
Yeah, well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less.
I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge, meaning he probably got there around 11 p.m.
That all sounds about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his falling act.
You fool. That is impossible.
What do you mean?
11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There's no way that Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge that time.
Excuse me, I have an objection. You do? Edgy, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry, I'm Larista. It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said around 11. In which case, it could have been earlier than that.
Watch your footing there, Miss Francisca von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery. For there's still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m.
And why not?
It is clearly written here in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15 p.m.
Which means, what exactly?
Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until the flames had died down. Until after the flames had died down. Yeah, Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m., but Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you stop hiding things and tell us the whole truth. Now then, what happened during these missing 15 minutes?
I feel like I just got brutally woken up by a toilet splashback. I guess I was still sleeping after all. Pinch me. So there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix, right? I hardly see that as much of a problem. Yeah, not much of a problem at all.
Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes and there's a phone right next to it. Why then did you not report the accident?
Yes, witness, why didn't you? Were you there simply to watch the bridge burn?
And therein lies the problem.
Some people just like to watch the world
Even
burn.
after the bridge had burnt out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness did an attempt to fulfill his civic duty.
That's what it sounds like.
Ah, but this is Larry we are talking about. Even he is incapable of being so stupid. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction.
Edgy. I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude.
Just as I thought you've been playing with us all this time.
Listen, I'm going to tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all?
Yes.
Sound hesitant there, Edgy. Ah! Then say it. Very well, I have a terribly bad feeling about this.
A boot!
God damn it. I have a terribly bad feeling about this. However, let's have the witness finally give us the whole truth. Now, for this 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness? I'm a donem. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up into a frenzy of art. The shock and awe that I was feeling, I transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realized it, the flames had gone out, and then he came running up. I suppose artists can be strange folk. That's right. I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch.
Including the truth from the sound of it.
Mr. Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts?
Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains.
And what would that be?
This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him.
You'll regret this, Edgy.
You'll regret being born. So where is it? Where's the pain? Prove it. The burning bridge moved you that much, did it? I find that hard to believe.
You moron, Edgy, you don't understand me at all. If I see an abandoned cat, I find myself passing by it with tears in my eyes. I am a man overflowing with irresponsible kindness. And I use my irresponsible kindness to fill the pages of my notebook. An artist using a notebook. It's so pathetic. It makes me want to cry myself. I can manage to buy at least a proper sketch pad. What does that got to do with anything? I'm not sure if I care for an artist using a notebook for sketching. Proceed, witness.
Tell us, Larry.
My name is Larice. Get it right. Mistakes like that are what keep you from being popular with the ladies like I am. Yes, who exactly are you? I'm Larice Denem, apprentice extraordinaire.
That's what he calls himself in any case.
Then you are an artist? Of course, I'm an artist, the real thing.
Yet again, that's what he calls himself.
Names mean nothing. There is only one issue I care to discuss. What were you doing?
There's a very big issue indeed.
So you think it's big, Edgy?
Sketching the burning bridge.
The burning bridge and everything that came with it.
What came with it?
You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? You'll regret this. Ah! Enough! Just take this ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. It does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth.
What shall I do? I've got a terrible feeling that the internet sketch is revealed. The entire world may be changed by what is depicted there. I mean, you can't just not look at it. Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch, please.
Well, even I couldn't have imagined it to turn out like this.
Imagined what?
That Larice and M's debut would take place here, today, like this. Ouch! Show it, now! Show it to us now. Okay, but still yourselves. This is the world of Larice and M.
What a burning body.
Well, so this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma.
Yes, well, it's a better drawing than I expected.
Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames, I really did. Yes, I'm sure you did.
This is going to get ugly. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object. Larry,
What?
the burning bridge is fine. But what is that unfortunate-looking figure?
Ah, you spotted that? I thought you might.
However much I might want to ignore it, I can't.
It's Iris, of course. Iris.
What?
I wish she'd take better care of herself. We have to plan for her future, you know? What would happen to her if she'd injured herself flying like that?
Larry, please, answer this next question honestly.
Okay.
Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames?
Yep, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real artist.
Oh,
You... Hey! The girl, she's really high up in this picture.
that's lies.
What was that for? What the hell was that voice? That was all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory. Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly. Actually, there's some precedent for this. She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She was about 30 feet above the bridge, at least. It was really something to see. This has to be some kind of a mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to earth, eh?
What, me?
This witness is your friend, is he not?
Accessory to foolishness, Mas Edgeworth.
Let's get back to the cross-examination, by force if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here.
Yes, Your Honor. Looks like I've got another reason to remember this more.
Well, what did you think of my debut piece? Get that thing away from me, eh? Now, hurry up and cross-examine him. It's about time we got this over with.
Oh, white-toed fly. That's even more of a contradiction! Maybe, well...
I'm not sure about the flying part, but I'm still thinking she's got a twin sister.
Yeah.
I really don't think she's the same girl that killed all those people or led to their deaths.
Yeah. Larry, did you really see that? What did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care.
I mean, it's just my job to find out. In your position, that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. I'll give you the whole dollar that is the truth. I'll give you a whole dollar that is the truth.
If that's truly the case, then there's one thing that we can say for certain.
What might that be?
That the person who flew over the bridge could not have been the defendant, Iris.
What? What do you mean? I don't understand.
You foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolhardy fool. How exactly can you make this claim?
Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct?
Of course she was. That rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood and my darling Iris. And Iris is my darling hood.
It seems how bigger fools in this world than the one at the defense's bench.
Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight?
Wright took flight. Is he one of the Wright brothers? Oh, idiotic theory.
What are you talking about?
I think you understand now what I mean just fine.
Why? Why did Nick have Iris's hood?
What?
Edgy, what's going on with Iris and Nick? Why you, Nick, you dog!
I do believe this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited and discarded straight into the garbage. Ha!
Ha! What does it now witness? It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Edgy, today is the day I get to completely stupefy you.
What?
What is the meaning of your outburst, witness?
I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence.
Definitive.
Evidence? Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge, and I, Larice M, shall prove it.
I didn't expect to ask this again, but we shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendants depicted in this sketch, and show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually a reality.
Okay, I hope you're ready, Edgy, because I'm going to feed you a whopping serving of pain.
You've been serving us a whopping serving of pain this whole time. Trust me. Proof that I was flu.
When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her. That led me to finding a beautiful crystal sphere, half buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night.
We know exactly who lost the crystal sphere that night.
A crystal sphere?
We know exactly who lost the
This
crystal
one,
sphere that night.
pretty, isn't it? But finders keepers.
We know exactly who lost the crystal sphere that night.
Is that sphere? Where did you find it? Let me see. Around here, somewhere. Looks about right.
And it was half buried in the snow.
It had pretty much stopped snowing by then, but there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge.
The court accepts this crystal sphere.
That's mine, okay? I want it back afterward.
No.
There's something on it.
Blood.
Oh my, it's blood!
What? Blood?
You ready, Edgy? By tomorrow morning, you'll be calling me Master Larry.
No.
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
No.
No one's going to push me around anymore.
No, stop buying the fanfics. Stop. I know what you guys are doing. Stop it now. Didn't you want to be called Louis Dunim only a few minutes ago?
I don't know if we have anything in the court record, but obviously we disproved the spare hood thing earlier.
Larry, that night, there was someone who lost her crystal sphere.
There was? Who? Who is this stupid idiot?
Miss Elise Dunim, the mentor to a stupid idiot.
The victim?
I have a photo of her hair. And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar-looking crystal sphere.
Hey! That's my photograph. Give it back. Ouch! A crystal sphere like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch.
They look nothing alike. In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff found at the scene of the crime.
Yeah, the crystal sphere, it's gone!
Whoa. What? What?
Just what does this mean?
If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris. After all, she was not wearing a hood. Most importantly, the crystal sphere found at the landing site was not hers either.
That means the one who flew and dropped the spear was the victim, Miss Elise Dunim.
A fool alongside another fool on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected. You can't do that. I saw it with my own...
I have some really good barbecue chips right now.
This is crystal sphere. This is nothing more than a red herring.
You honestly believe that?
Give it some thought, and I'm sure you'll realize it as well, Mars Edgeworth. At least the gnome was in her room once the night of the murder. So there was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Yeah. Therefore, the sphere cannot be related to this case. That is all.
Miss Franziska von Karma.
What?
The only people who accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns.
Oh, fuck you. Why are you pointing at me?
The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Yet you expect us to believe this has nothing to do with the case.
Is that crystal sphere? It was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder.
After the murder?
There's blood on the crystal sphere, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to show the investigation of the scent. Which is the exact same reason he drew this ridiculous sketch. Yeah. What? You mean I'm the killer? No! Just when does this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless it can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe this is related to the case.
She makes a valid point. There's no evidence that at least Dunim left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely.
Your response, Mr. Edgeworth. I want your final opinion on the disposition of this crystal sphere. If it is not related to this case, then this witness whom you called will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time, eh?
Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth.
Just in case, just in case, just in case, just in case, just in case. Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place? Can I prove it?
Can you prove it was dropped before the murder took place? What time did the murder?
About 11. 10 to 11. I
And
guess.
it's on the temple side of the bridge. It's not over there near where Maya is, of course, because we wouldn't have recovered it.
Yeah. I think here is that.
I don't know. We don't have any image of her with her staff without the sphere.
I mean,
Still alive.
okay, the sphere has blood on it. The staff has none. That I'm not sure if that's enough, but
Okay.
it's a potential.
I suppose.
I mean, do we have much else? We don't have much relating to the sphere. The staff.
What all pictures do we have?
There's a
That
photo.
doesn't help. That's old.
We have her dad with no sight of the staff or the sphere.
What time did she die?
11.
When did the snow stop?
Snow stopped 10:50.
And we're trying to prove that the sphere was dropped before the murder? Is that what we're trying to prove?
Yeah.
Can I prove the crystal sphere was dropped
Staff.
before the murder took
Yeah,
place?
that one, I don't know.
I mean, I did just notice there's tracks in the murder picture, but I don't really... The murder picture. In the crime scene photo. I hadn't noticed those before.
Half covered in snow. Would be half covered in snow. Snow had stopped by the time the murder took place. The snow had stopped after, yeah.
Okay, but what do we present?
I don't know, but yes, I can prove it. I know that much. Can I prove it? That is an issue. Simply prove it. That's the only option. That's what he'd do. My boyfriend.
My best friend.
Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving the case.
Oh, you will do what now?
So look in your eyes. Those are bedroom eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he has the bedroom eyes.
We said we're putting Phoenix with everybody.
That just come as no surprise. Because right now, I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed cornered.
I ordered you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Evidence that proves the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder.
Okay, now I mean... Okay, first off, why are we looking at the picture back here? That's half covered in snow, and it wasn't snowing at the time, so it wouldn't be covered in snow, it would just be on snow. But I kinda need 2 pieces of evidence to present that. Did I try the weather report? I think that's the wrong one.
Sorry, we don't need to read this part on it. You're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's my only thought process, but... Now I can save real quick. Does it present the sphere itself? Then I thought, okay, yeah, the sphere itself. Yeah, okay. Okay, game. This crystal sphere is half buried in the snow, correct?
That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been game over. The snow would have totally covered it.
That's all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear.
What?
When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so slightly.
Snowing?
On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body.
Ah.
Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder.
What? No.
Order!
Yeah, I'm so smart. On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge, and there something occurred that caused the staff's crystal sphere to come loose.
What? What could it have been?
This sphere, there's some blood on it, isn't there? And let me raise a certain possibility at this juncture. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge.
The murder didn't take place in Hazakura Temple courtyard? Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness.
Just who is the fool, and which part is of foolishness, Miss Von Karma?
Have you been paying attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? Your sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed in the defendant Hazakura Temple court by the... Yeah, that stuff. Yeah.
That's not exactly true, now is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body.
That's the same thing.
No, it isn't. You said yourself.
Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed.
If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no blue... What? The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding.
You're forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. A lieutenant's body was found in Hazakura Temple. On the foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all that way?
I made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove that my version of events is also perfectly plausible.
Now the defense is ready. The court would like to have an explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple.
Snowmobile, but we have a problem with that. I just kind of said she's the only one who could use
Method
snowmobile.
by which the victim's body.
I mean, no other real way other than snowmobile.
Somebody couldn't have just carried the body.
I mean,
There are footprints in the in the crime scene photo.
I mean, those seem to be going out.
I'm not talking about those. I said the crime scene photo.
Crime scene photo.
There's footprints.
Well, yeah, but they would take the snowmobile all the way in. They take the snowmobile to the temple.
Okay.
Right there at the entrance. I may regret this. On that snowy night, there was one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile.
Ah!
As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murderer, but it could also have been used to carry a body.
Order, order, order! Let's get some timber. Hey!
This is completely unacceptable, Mars was. You dug yourself into your own grave.
What do you mean?
Was the only one who could have used this snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moves the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin?
You're too late, Franziska von Kammer. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation.
What?
Where was the victim released to him really killed? If a body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean?
Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never say the truth, let alone describe it.
This witness certainly sits among the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point.
Edgy! Thank you!
That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict until these circumstances, or under these circumstances. Ah.
Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It is just as I thought. Franziska von Kammer, you make a wonderful partner.
Excuse me?
There was one reason, one alone, for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case, and then pass it on to Wright.
Really? That's what this was all about? You could have just told me that from the very beginning. Then I wouldn't have had Francie whipping me. Ouch! Mars, that's worse. I don't care about what you were here to do. This was my chance to finally grind you under my heel.
A shame that your chance seems to have slipped your butt. Shut up.
What a Ow! Francie! This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. You are on the front to all illegal circumstances for... I demand satisfaction.
No, he's dead. He's murdered as a
I
murder.
cannot believe the witness's testimony relates to an actual event. However, there has to be some sort of answer for the question it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that should be addressed. I am counting on thorough investigations by both the defense and the prosecution.
And with this, the rest is up to you, Wright.
Court is now adjourned, eh?
Angry Franziska. Angry Franziska. Thanks for watching this episode of Gabby the Game Night. Like and subscribe, go to your face, and play.
What's that all about, eh?
Good night.
Gabby the Game Night, Gabby the Game Night, Gabby the Game Night, yay. Come on and watch her play. New games every other day. If you subscribe now, you won't miss out on any of the action. So come on, click that subscribe button.